The XFL is back after a nearly 2-decade hiatus. 8 teams, a couple weeks, a playoff game, and a championship game. Let's get right into the rules, a little bit of the changes to the clock and play. We'll worry about rosters and teams later on. Let's dive right into it. The kickoff. The kickoff team will be on the opponent's 35-yard line. The receiving team will be on their 30-yard line. The players cannot move until the ball is either possessed or it's been on the ground for 3 seconds. Punts in the XFL, very different as well. No one can cross the line of scrimmage until the ball has been punted. And if it goes through the end zone or out of bounds, the ball will move to the 35-yard line. So kick it high, kick it deep, but kick it in bounds or else. The XFL point after touchdown, there is no kicking in the XFL. So as the offensive team, you have the option to go from the 3, the 5, or the 10-yard line to convert one play for 1, 2, or 3 points respectively. If the defense turns the ball over and returns it to the house, they will get the requisite points that the offensive team was going for. I love this rule. It makes every single score way more valuable. There is field goals still, of course, but if a team is down, let's say in the NFL terms, 2 scores, 9, 10, 11 points, that does not necessarily mean it's as many scores on the XFL side. A little interesting offensive tweak is the double forward pass. Teams can have 2 forward passes on one play as long as the first does not cross the line of scrimmage and the second has to cross the line of scrimmage. XFL Overtime is the salvation that any college football fan has been looking for, with a little bit of a twist, very similar to the NHL shootout rules. Each team will possess the ball up to 5 times, alternating each time. Each successful try from the 5-yard line is 2 points. You will go up to 5 or until a team has mathematically been eliminated. If we have to go past 5, it will be 1 by 1. The defense will not be able to score on these tries. It'll just be an unsuccessful try on the offensive part. Each team has 2 timeouts per half. Each timeout is 1 minute. In the XFL, and anyone, once again, you'll see this trend where if you like college football, you like the XFL. It's the college catch rule. Catch the ball and maintain possession, 1 foot in bounds, and hold it long enough to make a football play. Very simple, in theory. The clock is much different. It's a 25-second play clock. 25 seconds versus 40 seconds. Now, the XFL is placing an emphasis on offensive speed, so it's important to notice, and the XFL site says this, on average it takes 7 seconds to spot the ball. So essentially from the completion of one play till the end of the play clock of the next, it's about 32 seconds. Outside of the final 2 minutes, if you go out of bounds or it's an incomplete pass, the game clock that is, will start once the ball is spotted. Inside of 2 minutes, if you are downed in the boundary, the clock will start after the ball has been spotted and the play clock has run down 5 seconds. I'll repeat that, it's a little bit intricate. The game clock will not start when a player is down in bounds until the ball is spotted and 5 seconds has run off of the play clock. If you go out of bounds or it's an incomplete pass, the game clock will not restart until the snap of the following play. That's just like the NFL rules. With all of that being said, there's going to be some interesting dynamics to the number for XFL games. 6 and 7 are not going to be nearly as important as 7, 8, and possibly 9. There is no sample size. We just don't know what the mathematical outcomes of some of the most common plays in the XFL will be. But with the emphasis on offense and up-tempo, you can expect much higher totals. I think when you see a 45 on an NFL game, you're going to see about 63, 59 to 63 on an XFL game. Now, it's important to note, no major sports books have put out totals on any of the Week 1 XFL games. I would say they're a little bit gun-shy for sure. Sports books and casinos aren't in the business of losing money and putting up a bad number, especially when they don't have as much information as the bettor does. In terms of the spread, I think you're going to have 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks, maybe halfway through the season to have some inefficiencies before the bookmakers catch up. Book it, BustEm Media. You will have the choice as the offensive team to kick. I